You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome to episode 236 of the Soulforge podcast.
Welcome to the Soulforge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soulforge.
Hey everybody, it's Sean back at you with another new and exciting episode of Soulforge. Are you ready? Are you excited? Of course you are. Today I have a guest for you, which I know that you all love to have. I got my friend here, Nathan. We're at his house, so I'm going to introduce Nathan to you guys.
Hi, I'm Nathan. It's nice to finally be here with you, Sean. We've been talking about it a while there. It's nice to actually sit down and be able to do a podcast.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's difficult with COVID and life and all kinds of stuff. So we're in your basement, your collector's haven.
Yeah.
I don't know what the sound is going to be like because we've never recorded in this spot before. So listeners, if it's a little bit echoey or dead or whatever, just ignore that. And next week it'll be different. So there you go, because every week is different. So what we're doing is we're going to talk a little bit about Nathan's collecting history, and also he's interested in starting his own podcast, so we might touch on that as well. Tell me how long you have been a collector of things for.
Well, I think I've been a collector of things for the vast majority of my life. I've always enjoyed having my toys, watching my Saturday morning cartoons and all that. It was always just nice to have the tangible toy to play with of the things that you imagine seeing on TV. I didn't get to keep a lot of my collection as a kid, so probably in my early 20s I started recollecting a lot. A lot of the times maybe jumping a little bit too fast on stuff, paying a little bit too much for some stuff. But definitely I would say the recollecting and starting of my adult life probably started in my 20s when I started having a little bit more money, a little bit better jobs, and being able to have some of the time and the means to look for it there. eBay was definitely an early start to be able to help and find and collect and all that. It's just nice to have so many more avenues and venues there now to do collecting and get out there and find stuff. So
yeah, that actually sounds a lot like my story too, because I've been a collector since before I have active memory of collecting. So probably same with you?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. And you're how old?
Now I am 41. So definitely a big fan of the stuff from the 80s and early 90s to even the late 90s there. And sometimes I'll go for whatever just kind of makes me smile. And then afterwards I'm like, I don't know why the heck I actually bought that, but I'm going to keep it anyways.
There you go. Yeah. So we are pretty similar in age. I'm 45, so I knew we were close. So my biggest fandom, of course, growing up as a kid was Thundercats. You're into that?
Oh, absolutely. I've just started to find a lot of the old Thundercats there. My collection's probably doubled, maybe quadrupled in the last year. Only putting me up to maybe 8 to 10 figures of them there, but that's not bad. You got to keep it slow and find the right price for them. But definitely going back to the Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or sometimes after school cartoons there, Thundercats was one that definitely just kind of entranced me, and something that I watched, and hearing the old theme music, it was almost like glued right to the TV right away. So.
Oh, for sure. That's right. Now, you and I have known each other, since 2006?
Probably about then there. I think we worked together at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And I started there right from the beginning of
it
in town.
We opened it together. That's right. I was there for a year, and you were there for about 10 years, you said?
Oh, yeah. I did a good 10-year stint there. I put my time in there, so.
But I think we bonded right away, because I saw that you had a Colossus tattoo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've got a Bishop tattoo. So we bonded over that.
Yeah, early X-Men team up, that's for sure.
That's it. And then we talked about toys from time to time and randomly and all that kind of good stuff. And had a barbecue at your house one time. We haven't hung out a lot, but it's sporadic and random.
Oh yeah, so it's a smaller town there. You definitely come across people with similar likes and interests and all that there, and sometimes it's a little bit harder to find there. But once you do there, you definitely always have the cross paths there when you get those interests.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. Because there's a lot of people who look at you like, you're in your 40s, dude. Why are you collecting stuff?
Yeah.
Toys?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Do you get that a lot?
I get that a lot. There's times where if people not necessarily give me a hard time about it or wonder and all that there, I just push them back on the things that they might collect or do or whatever and all that there. Everyone has different hobbies, different passions and all that too, and what I might not do that would kind of seem like a painstaking task to me, others might absolutely enjoy. So just be open-minded and do your own thing. And if somebody doesn't like what I do, that's okay. I got it all in my house. I'll sit back and enjoy, and you do your thing.
Good advice. Good advice. Because as you were saying before we started recording, in their own way, everybody's a collector of things.
Yes.
Whether it's photographs of fancy trips they've taken, it's power tools for the car that they're working on.
Yeah.
You name it. There's a collector in everybody.
Yep, there's definitely a collector in everybody. It's just whatever you like, whatever your passion is and all that, you're collecting and spending your time on something that you enjoy doing.
That's right. And not hurting anybody.
Nope. Well, hopefully that's not their pastime.
Well, no. There are some bad guys out there, but actually that might be an interesting episode one day.
Yeah.
Find some bad guy who just hurts people and let me talk to you about your life and why you're such a miserable person.
Yeah. Well,
but
there might be bars involved in that interview. But
that's true. That's true. I don't think I will, but it's an idea. So one of the things that fascinates me about your collecting,
my collection, little bit of ADD collecting there all over the place.
I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. You're collecting passion,
diversity,
your habits. Every month you switch out the collection for a new thing on display.
Yes.
And how did you come up with that idea?
Actually, it was just recently in the last year, moved, got a new house. I've always had a lot of my stuff packed up.
I can relate.
And I was like, you know what? I really want to display it. When I move to the new place, I'm going to change my habits, do something different. So what I did when I was here, I'm like, well, I'm going to put all my stuff out. And I was starting to put all my stuff out, and I'm like, holy crap. I cannot put all my stuff out. My house is going to look like a garage sale. Right. And I've seen some people, and it's absolutely marvelous and all that, but it's just not what I want. I want my home to be a home for my family, and other people have guests over and all that. I want to have my spot for sure, but I want it to feel like a home, not my area taking over everything.
Yeah.
So what I do is my basement's kind of like my little cave. Every month I have a different display. So rather than having everything all over the place, I have my areas where I display everything. I can kind of change it out, which if you end up being up into serious collecting is kind of a good thing. Gives you a chance to clean monthly.
Yes, that's important.
A lot of the times when you forget dust, damage, all that kind of stuff, proper storage, if you have stuff in packages, can do a lot of damage. Cost you a lot of money if you're trying to turn dollar on a lot of this stuff. There, you really need to put some maintenance in your collections there to be able to turn a profit, or if it's just a trade or collector, just to keep everything in better condition for yourself. It's just it was a little bit of a pain to start off with, changing everything over, but it's kind of nice now because it does help out in so many other aspects. And it kind of gives me a chance to get nostalgic and go through a lot of things and change things up from month to month.
Yeah, no, that's good. And the cleaning thing is a big thing, which I kind of slack on, because the dust gets everywhere, and it gets thick sometimes.
Yeah, it absolutely does. A lot of the times there are plastics. Putting things in plastics, if need be, will keep a little bit of dust off. If you throw one of those little salt packets there, you can buy them in bulk. Throw that in there. It'll keep condensation, anything like that out.
Right.
A lot of this, don't put a lot of stuff in cold storage. It's better actually room temperature.
Yeah.
You'll get your sun fade if you have a lot of stuff exposed or whatnot. But you can actually get a lot of warping of cardboard.
True.
Depending on whether it's too cold, too hot, and if you're trying to keep everything in pristine shape to be able to make either hundreds or even if it's just dollars, or fingers crossed for it to sell someday.
Yes.
Then you want it in tip-top shape.
That's true. That's true. Got a story about that from today, actually. I was going through some of my totes, and I was like, I want to put something else on my Etsy shop. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of pop vinyls and some Battlestar Galactica and random turtles and stuff. But going through the totes, I found my box of Heroes action figure from the TV show Heroes. Remember?
Yes, absolutely.
Siler and
that, yeah.
Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. So I found all those full of dust. They're still in the package. It's plastic. It's easy to wipe off because it's not cardboard. It's pure plastic. So I put those up on the Etsy shop today. I forgot I even had these. Like, I thought I had sold them years ago. Because you got, like you said, so many things that you can't display at all, and you forget what you have.
Yeah.
So there's that. So what I want to know about you is, how long does it take you to switch out your collection each month? A day, an hour, a few days?
Depending on how passionate I feel, whether I'm working, whether I have a lot of adulting to do that month and all that. I've had some times where it does take me up to a week, but even if it does take me the week, I still have the full 3 weeks that it's on display. Just giving me a chance to rotate and all that there. I don't press it and feel that I need to get everything done the first day of the month. It gets done as early as possible. So
because it's something you enjoy.
It's something I enjoy there, but you get the times where you get the old lazy factor there, and you do want to just take an easy day there if it's your first day off or only day off in quite a while there. So you just do what you do.
That's right. That's right. You know what also you do? You listen to this promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
There are a lot of great podcasts that review Doctor Who episodes in order. The Earth Station Who podcast is not one of them. Just like the Doctor, we never know where or when we'll end up, but we'll have a lot of fun talking about it. From classic Who to new series and big finish, join the Earth Station Who crew wherever fine podcasts are found. Earth Station Who is a founding member of the ESO Network.
And wasn't that a great promo?
It absolutely was.
Or it will be once I put it in there.
I would certainly imagine.
Because I can't imagine it wouldn't be bad. So yeah. So let's talk about some of the monthly things that you do. Like currently it's January and you've got your gaming stuff on display.
Yeah, I started the year off with gaming because nothing like getting active and sitting down and doing nothing and playing a game when it's cold outside. So
there you go. It's been cold.
Oh, it's been absolutely brutal.
What was it, minus 50 with the wind chill yesterday?
Yep, it was, and I don't think I spent nearly a minute outside. So
good for you. That's important. Yeah. So just looking here at your display, you've got hero clicks, and what was the other thing you called it?
Mage Knight. It's another click-based dial combat game. You roll the dice, and everybody has their own little stats and what they can do and their ranged attacks and different abilities. So it predecessed it a little bit there. I think early 2000s for the popularity of that one. I don't think they actually make any more figures now, but I have a large collection. It can have anything from even the castles and dragons. Absolutely everything in the game is playable, has a point value. If you want to sit down and play a 200-point game, or if you want to make a massive tabletop game that would take you a whole summer to play and play 20,000 points there. Never got that deep in, but
but the options are endless.
But the options are absolutely endless.
You've got your Operation board game, your Mousetrap, a few other different things like that.
I got a few of those there. Of course, there's absolutely another game cupboard upstairs there. Those were just some of the nice color pop ones that I put up there. Some of the classics that I liked as a kid there. We have Mousetrap, which I don't know if anybody ever actually officially remembers the rules, but it was always fun to put together and play.
Yes.
Operation, which is definitely more difficult there if you have a few drinks there.
Oh, yeah.
And Perfection, I tried to play that one last night, tried to complete it there. I was like, oh man, I think I completed this one as a kid. I think I was lying to myself. I don't think I've ever completed it. I did it about 15 times in a row, and I think I got worse each time.
Oh, no. Okay, that's awesome. But it gives you a chance to see what you have and relive that nostalgic period of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got Dungeons and Dragons dice over there, and looks like manuals and monster manuals and stuff.
Yep, all sorts of books there. I have everything from some older editions there, the second edition to third edition. Second edition's where I started playing D&D and been playing it all the way up to the most current editions. And it's just nice to have all the books there and be able to play the game. Of course, you only need really the 1 or 2 books to play, but anything else, once you get into it, there is kind of like anything else there. Just like collector there, you got to have them all.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah, it's like Pokemon. Collect them all. So, besides gaming, what are some of the other themes that you do monthly?
Well, the ones that I have separate is I do have the board gaming. I keep video gaming separate because I classify it as 2 things. When people say they're a gamer, I'm a true gamer. I don't play a lot of video games. I do enjoy them, but I'll play any game. If somebody puts down Candyland, I'll play Candyland. Somebody says they want to play a video game, I'll try that with them. I'll try whatever. But I keep my collections for that one separate. So I have video game month, a board game month. I have a Marvel month of just all my different Marvel collectibles. DC. I have an 80s theme, a 90s theme, where I kind of go with the miscellaneous stuff that doesn't fall into Marvel because they've been all over the years. Same with DC. I have Ninja Turtles. I have a He-Man month. I have Lego month that I do. I usually try and go out and do a build and get a few new pieces there to put in that collection for those months. And
So a lot of different random things.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of different, probably too many different random things there, but
I hear
keeps me busy and I enjoy it.
That's what it's all about. You got to enjoy it. Otherwise, what's the point? So is there anything that you're actively searching for? Like, is there a holy grail item that you've been looking for years that you haven't gotten yet?
For years, I don't know. There's a lot of expensive items I would like to get. The holy grail for years, I don't know if there's anything per se that I would absolutely need to get. There's definitely, I would like to get those anchor pieces for each month. Like ones there where I was like, okay, that's absolutely amazing. I have some anchor pieces and all that for some of those collections. Like I have the old Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. Maybe something that would be nice to have, but it is ridiculously expensive, is the Castle Eternia for He-Man. That one is amazingly expensive, even if you get repo parts and all that to put with it. Say October, one that I would like to get there, but they're super expensive because I do a horror themed in October. Anything from my Ghostbuster toys to actual Halloween decorations, all that kind of stuff. I would love to get one of the full-size gremlins.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, they have the Flashing Gremlin and Spike is the 2 big ones that they have. I believe they stand 3 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall, but they're about $500.
That's a bit.
That is a bit, and that's not shipping either. And a lot of times when you're collecting, you find a spectacular deal on certain items, and you're like, yes, it was only $3. And then you see the shipping, and you're like, oh, for crap's sakes, the shipping's 4 times the value of whatever I just bought.
That happens a lot, especially on eBay.
Yes.
So speaking of that, is that where you get most of your items from?
Originally, yes. Like I said, that was kind of the only game in town.
Right.
eBay was.
Oh, yes.
Now there is so many more options. Facebook itself. You could find so many things, whether it be locally, a little bit afar, or whatnot there, pay the shipping. eBay is a good one. Etsy, definitely within the last couple of years has picked up its game. Found a different one there. And also just word of mouth, finding the right collector, the right groups of people, knowing where to go and knowing whether there might be a fan expo or something of the sorts coming up. You kind of save your pennies and see what you're going to be able to buy. You're going to find a lot of rare things that you normally wouldn't have access to.
That's true.
But I kind of think the name of the game on the getting the more rare stuff or finding stuff now is wait. Wait for the better price nowadays is the best way to do it. Unless it's that really rare piece or something that you're willing to spend a little bit more on. If you get an unsure feeling, don't hop on it right away.
That's right. So. And would you say that's your biggest piece of advice? Just wait?
Just wait for the right time and all that. Don't break your bank. If you regret it, because you will get buyer's regret for sure. I have spent more than my fair share on a lot of stuff, and I've got it, and I'm like, yes. And then I look at it the next day, and I'm like, no.
I should not have done
that there. I am glad, I am happy I have it. I'm not going to get rid of it now,
Yeah.
or maybe I will. I've started to get rid of some of my stuff finally, but it's definitely, you do get the buyer's regret, much like anything else there. Whether you end up buying a new tool and you're like, okay, well, this is going to be awesome. And then you get it and try it and be like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have got that.
Mm-hmm. That's true, and especially when you first start out, because you don't know anything. That's exactly it. And back in the early days of eBay, I used to buy TV guides with Star Trek on the cover and spent all kinds of money because it was shipping costs. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? You know, so
where you think to yourself, that should only cost like $5-10 to ship.
Right. Yeah. So you learn as you go. That's right. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shipping and waiting. A lot of the times, what people don't know, even for eBay or different places, buy multiple items from the same person.
Yes.
Get stuff packaged. And remember, there's also, if it says $20 or best offer, don't pay the $20. Give an offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Make an offer. $10. They might come back with $15.
That's right.
But just make an offer. If it says make an offer, you don't go to the buy it now. You make that offer first.
They just want it gone.
Yep.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's true. So to wrap up the show, let's talk a little bit about the podcast that you're thinking about starting.
Well, I'm thinking of starting a podcast for a lot of my collecting and nostalgia and just memories of different stuff that I've ran into in my life and passions that I enjoy, either Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, watching things when I was young, doing things with my daughter when that I enjoyed with her, or things that I might have done with my nieces and nephews, things that I would like to pass on to another generation, share with people, just stories and listen to people's stories and just whatever kind of comes across there. I like that warm feeling in your tummy when you listen to somebody and they're happy and passionate about something, and it's just nice to hear that nostalgic feeling that you get.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. That's great. So, listeners, what we're going to do is he's going to keep me informed on this, and when he does start the podcast, either I'll announce it on my show or we'll have you back as a guest to plug it or something. So we'll just keep the listeners up to date on that for you.
Absolutely. I would really enjoy that.
Definitely. So I'm glad I could come by here and do this little episode with you. And we'll have to do it again sometime soon. Are you on social media? Can the people find you anywhere?
I am I have some social media. I have Twitter at nostalgia_Nate. I have Instagram, which I'm not as active on, but I just started up at nostalgianate45. I have a couple TikTok videos because I've heard a thing or two there that the young kids like that nowadays.
Apparently.
Once again, I kind of over the board there, nostalgianate on that one.
Okay.
And I think that's about it there. Oh, my email as well. I do have a nostalgianate@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. All right, listeners, so there's no excuse not to follow him if you're interested in learning about old toys and things. So, once again, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for coming by the Soul Forge, taking a listen. Make sure you tell all your friends, share the links with everybody you know, check out the Etsy shop. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and remember, stop doubting yourself, work hard, and make it happen. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.